Thank you all for allowing me to come here a little bit later. I had to, everybody knows what's going on with Burr Oaks. On behalf of the Cook County Bar Association, we had to go down there with Rainbow Push, and we were helping out some of the people involved in it to understand what their individual rights are, as well as what their rights are as a whole. Most of them have standing, a lot of them don't know it, but we have to explain that to them. So my role there wasn't as a lawyer to represent them, but as an association to understand what their rights are. But I say that to say thank you for allowing me to come a little bit later. My goal here with coming to speak with you is to ask for your help. I'm running as Cook County Commissioner for the 6th District, which includes Homewood, Baltimore, Richton Park, Stager, Park Forest, all the way up to Oakland Justice, where I'm a trustee. And I didn't get involved in this to say I wanted to be a politician. I'm a trustee over Justice. I told him no 3 times. I had the mayor come and ask me if I would run, and out of respect for the mayor, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, I decided to run. I do not draw a check from Justice at all, because I want them to understand that it was more about service to me than it was about receiving a paycheck. Through that, you have a lot of politicians and a lot of people get up here and tell you what they're going to do and so forth. But the bottom line is, we all know people get in year after year and they do something different other than what they said. So with that, let me explain to you a little bit as far as who I am. I am grandson of a Baptist preacher. My parents got divorced when I was 1. I'd often say my mother, I spent my summers in the projects at Dallas, Fort Worth, and my school years going the country clubs at Denver, Colorado, Houston, Texas, and Washington, D.C. And through that, I graduated from Howard University. Prior to going there, I wanted to go into the military because my goal was basically to take care of my mother, who half of her life was disabled through lupus. But my goal was to basically help take care of her. She refused to allow me to go in and told me she wanted me to go to college, which is how I ended up at Howard University. Through there, I took a job full-time, basically as an analyst, working full-time as a software fraud detection analyst, consulting with the FBI and securing the East Coast. Basically, online and offline banking, counterfeit card fraud. I did that full-time, not necessarily because I had to, but because I wanted to, in essence, literally help my mother, who, despite the fact that I tried to help, wanted to stay there. But that was a whole other situation. Right now, I am guardianship over my little niece, or I should say, in essence, my sister, as well as who I call my little niece. It was my sister's best friend who developed on hard times, so we took in. My wife, thankfully, allowed that to happen, but I've been married for 7 years and active in a lot of different community organizations, legal associations, and I'm on the board that, ethically speaking, regulates all attorneys for the state of Illinois. Now, on the issue of why am I running, when I got involved with Justice, I started finding out a little bit more issues in regards to what was going on there, as well as what was going on in the county. We had about 3,000 complex, apartment complex with about 3,000 residents. About 1,500 of them are contained in one area where there's only one entrance and one exit. Well, the reason why is because county refused to open up the second exit and allow them to go in and out. So we had just recently a fire over there where you have a fire truck sitting there and people trying to get in and out of one exit. You have the police directing traffic back and forth, as well as with the fire department. It's a public safety issue. Well, after getting involved there and finding out that we have requested several times for the county to get involved and they refused, I decided to try to get involved. After becoming elected over in Justice, I became thankfully I appreciate with the residents, the first minority in their history to be elected. But through that, I decided to get involved when I found out we had no idea who our county commissioner was. Our mayor didn't know. I go over to Bedford Park, to Richmond. Nobody knew who our county commissioner was. In fact, I went walking with Team Obama just recently over in Linwood, and every single house I went to, nobody knew who their county commissioner was, which is Joe Murphy. Which is sad, being in the sense that she's the one who increased our sales tax to the highest in the nation. Everybody puts it off as Todd. Todd's a problem with it. But Joan is the one who decided to sponsor the bill to get it. She asked at 11%. It got down to 10.25. Regardless, it's the highest in the nation. You talk about issues of the fact that I go running a lot with my dog over in Orland Park, over in Hoskins, over in Countryside, and I love it over there. It's great. But yet when I go over and go running over in Midlothian, I see trash over there. I see bottles everywhere. It's not the same over in other districts, but it is over in the South Side. You look at the fact that we just had $200 million come into the Cook County government from the federal stimulus package. South suburbs, it includes 5th and 6th. We got less than 7%. Why? Because we're basically being treated as a stepchild of the county. That's why. You look at the fact of mismanagement from the hospital. We're sitting over here laying off rank and file employees left and right, but yet we're sitting over here serving 30 to 40% of the people at the county hospital who live in Will County, DuPage County, Lake County, but yet we're saying we don't have enough money to service our own people. We have no billing system whatsoever. Something needs to be done. So the bottom line is, I'm getting involved to try to get something done. I have a wife who works for the county who's agreed, because my policy is I don't think that county commissioners should have spouses, first cousins, second cousins, and I would even say third cousins who work for the county. My wife has agreed that if I get elected, she will step down. And she's been there long before, but she doesn't want the illusion from her own self to brought it forward that she's there because of me. But obviously I can't do this alone. Neither can Suffolk or anybody else who's on the board. It takes a team. It takes people being elected as a whole. But it has to start somewhere. I'm asking for your vote. I'm hoping that you all support me. I have a campaign office in Homewood. I have a campaign office in Justice. I'm putting together right now $10,000 of my own money. Hopefully a little bit more, at least up to 20 when it gets done. I have campaign funds or fundraisers that are, my first committee fundraising meeting is going to be this weekend, where I'm bringing in a team of lawyers, business owners, and so forth, because obviously you need money to get your word out. But that's not it. You also have, we've seen for races of, I looked at the race of Denver, Colorado when I was there, Wellington Mayor, where he raised the least amount of money against Norm Earl, who raised the most amount of money, and probably that was because he went door to door on a walking campaign in every single community. My goal is to try to make it to every single community. I have a law practice right here in Homewood, a civil and criminal defense firm, but I brought in another associate to handle all of my day-to-day cases so that I can go full-time on this and give the dedication I need to. So while I am doing campaign or fundraisers and so forth in the evening, I want to make sure I go door to door to at least shake as many hands as I possibly can, so that people will understand and can say that they've met me. So when I ask for the vote, they can actually understand and say that they've talked to me, they've spoken to me, and I'm interested in Cook County. So with that, I thank you all for allowing me to be here, and I'll be here long after, just down the street, but as many questions that you all have, I'd be glad to answer. So thank you.
Questions?